What's going on, guys? FlameHorizon here, and I'm coming at you with ICBA Week 7 against EXP Awesome and his Boston Togetics. Go check him out down below. And I'm sorry about the lack of daily uploads, like I said I was going to do. However, my roommate from college had to leave the campus for financial reasons and is now staying at my place for the summer. And he's not here like he was last summer. He's actually has another job somewhere else, so I am here. And you won't have to deal with him. He works till 1 a.m. basically every day. So basically, it's just me, but he's here. And the past week, I've been helping him move his stuff in and get his room set up so that way he has a place to stay for the summer. But we are here with Week 7. As you can see, the team that I brought is Galvantula, Tapu Lele, Combustion, Milotic, and Godbray. And he brought his Beedrill, his Swellow, his Greninja Protean, his Dragonite, his Excadrill, and his mascot, Togetic. I'm real quick going to pull up his team so I can say the rest of his team and what I prepped for and what he didn't bring that I kind of expected. There was a couple things that he didn't bring that I did expect and I did prep for. And you might be able to see kind of in the bottom right, maybe not. This is only 5 minutes, 47 seconds. It's a very quick battle. I'm also using a different microphone. Let me know what you guys think of this sound. I was using my AT2020, but it picks up so much. This thing doesn't really pick up a lot of sound. And it's a good vocal microphone for spoken word. My other one is good for singing word. And I think I'm going to stick with this one for spoken word. And when I start up music, I'm going to be using my other one a lot more. But his team... Where is it? Where is it? There it is. He has overall Greninja Protean, Excadrill, Dragonite, Scolipede, Crocodile, Swellow, Hoopa, Togetic, Audino, Regigigas, and Mega Beedrill. Two Pokemon I thought he was going to bring were the Scolipede and the Crocodile. My Tapu Lele has enough speed to outspeed a max speed Jolly Crocodile. And if he brought the Scolipede, he probably would have just won, which is something I'm very happy that he didn't bring because he probably would have just won. We're going to get right into the battle. And you're going to see that I do lead off with my Galvantula. And when I saw that he leads Mega Beedrill, and I immediately calced it, and I'm like, I take way too much from a U-turn. I'm not setting up webs. I'm Volt switching out of here. However, Volt switching out of here is going to reveal that I am Scarfed, so he's going to know for the rest of the battle that I am Scarfed. I feel a burp coming on, and I feel bad about that. I do reveal that I am Scarfed. I do about 40%, so he is definitely max attack, max speed with no HP. I go out into Incineroar to intimidate this thing because, you know, I don't want this thing doing so much damage to me. And this U-turn still does so freaking much. It did 80 damage at -1. He goes out into his Greninja. I just go for Fake Out for chip damage, and we're going to see that that does about 30%. Because Incineroar is the GOAT. I forgot to nickname him too. Sorry, Tony. And I switch out into my Milotic. Milotic is like my guaranteed answer to this. Even though I'm not running a lot of Spadef, I'm running mainly Fizz Death and HP. But he is a physical variant. So remember that he's a physical variant, because that actually comes into play. Because that means Mud Break can kind of wall this thing quite well after a defense boost. Even with like Waterfall. He is going to go for the Gunk Shot, and I'm just going to click Recover. I knew I could live this Gunk Shot because I am Flame Orb Marvel Scale. I have, I think, 154 defense to live quite a few hits. I live that, but on the red, and I am going to get the Recover off, which is very nice for me. And I'm up higher than I was before, even with the burn damage. I'm up higher by like 3 HP. He is going to switch out into his very swell fellow, the Swellow. And I just got spit on my microphone. And as I clicked Recover, because I knew he was probably going to switch, or I could just Recover stall him, his Life Orb damage. And he's going to go for the Boom Burst. I calced both a Guts Boosted Brave Bird and a Boom Burst specs, and I knew I could live both. I just go for the Ice Beam, and because of my special attack, I am able to take this thing out. So that is Swellow out of the game. That's quite a big threat there. He can hit me quite well. And we're going to see that he goes into his Dragonite. So I'm not going to hit this thing with an Ice Beam right away, because this thing's probably weakness policy. And if I went for Ice Beam right away, he probably would have beat me right here. Because that would have been a scary boy. I am going to go for the Scald to pop his Marvel Scale and try to go for a burn. However, I do not get the burn. So that's unfortunate for me. And I calced it at +1 in outrage KOs, but also at +1, a earthquake does not KO. So he predicted that I was going to switch, and he went for an earthquake, and I lived that no matter what. He got a max roll too. I lived that no matter what. And Ice Beam is able to take out the Dragonite as I die to my burn damage. So my Lodic did much more than I thought it was going to do. He's going to go back out into his Beedrill as I go out into the Galvantula, and I know he's not going to stay in and take another Volt Switch, so I'm just going to go for the Sticky Web on his switch, and I'm sitting here like, okay, I cannot live an Earthquake whatsoever. I can't really live any move from this thing, and I need to preserve this because this thing gives me good momentum and it pressures the Beedrill quite well. I do switch out into Godbray and the Love Ball because I have Close Combat this week, and Close Combat's an egg move, so I can't have that in a Master Ball. As he goes for the Rock Slide and gives me the free +1. And he's actually going to do something that I thought was very questionable on this turn. And he goes right out into his Greninja. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, this is very questionable, because you knew I was going to click the Earthquake. Like, I'm pretty sure he knew I was going to click the Earthquake and try to take out that Excadrill. And Earthquake does more than enough to KO this Greninja, even with only 28 attack. And then he goes out into his Green Hornet, and he's going to go for the knockoff to knock off my Eviolite. And I'm like, why did it not just go for the U-turn, keep getting momentum, switch something else in to take a hit? And I go for the Rock Slide, and I'm able to pick off the Mega Beedrill. So Mudbray got 2 more kills. He's at 8 kills. 2 more kills, and I get my emote in the ICBA server and a whole lot of recognition elsewhere. I'm just going to go for the Rock Slide on this Togetic that came in to see how much it does, and it does like 20%. Then he's going to go for the Dazzling Gleam, which does like 40 damage. There's that burp. Sorry. I'm going to switch out into the Tapu Lele because I don't want Mudbray to go down. I don't want it to get another death. So he's going to go for the Defog. And I'm like, okay, there's no webs, which is very important. I go for the Thunderbolt thinking I didn't want to waste my Electrium Zeeth if he went into Excadrill there, but apparently he's sacking this off. So I am going to launch off the Z move here and just go for complete and total overkill, because why not? I mean, we can just overkill this Togetic, however you pronounce it, I forget. And that is that down. And I'm thinking like, okay, he's going to send in his Excadrill, and if he's not Scarfed, I stay in and kill with Focus Blast. If he is Scarfed, he kills me with Iron Head, or as we're going to see, he kills me with Shadow Claw. I'm like, okay, now I know he's Scarfed, and he's locked into Shadow Claw, and this is his last Pokemon. So I just have to go into Incineroar, intimidate him, and take no damage whatsoever from this thing. And then I can pick him off with a Flare Blitz at full health. Like, no matter what, he's locked into this. And that does nothing. Flare Blitz is going to come off. It's going to connect, because it's at 100% accuracy. And we are going to see that we are now going to win this match. We are now 5-2. I think we're like +6 or +5, something like that. And Mudbray's at 8 kills. I'm very happy about that. But if you enjoyed the video, go down and leave a like and subscribe if you're new. And I will see you all in the next video, which will hopefully be tomorrow, if I am able to record and edit it tonight. Thank you all for watching, and take care.